What's up, YouTube? It's Hector from Not So Nerdy. Welcome back to our weekly vlog. I pretty much just woke up right now from like a long nap, and I guess that's like the big thing, during like the summer when it's like all nice outside and like inside's like nice and air conditioned and stuff. You just fall asleep. I mean, or it could be that I'm just getting too old now. I have no idea, but that nap felt good. I'm not gonna lie about that. But let's go into what I did last week. I only did like 3 videos. The first one's the garage/yard sale video game pickups, like always. I found, I did part 1 of the pickups I did with my friend, or I guess it's technically part 2, but I still got plenty more parts for that. So I'll explain that in a second. I also did my final thoughts on Destiny, the alpha and the beta, and I talked about that, so definitely go check that out. It's with pretty cool gameplay. I did pretty well. What else? I also talk about hackers and like what do you think about hackers and stuff like that. I was playing Modern Warfare 2, and you'll just see like in the game how crazy that is. Like there's people flying around and doing different stuff, and it's ridiculous. So I pretty much asked you guys what do you think about hackers, and I showed you some like evidence of like a bunch of hackers in the game, in the old game. So definitely go check that out. Next week I'm gonna continue the garage sale. I have to show you parts of like different parts to the video continuation or whatever with the pickup I got for my friend. But I also ended up going to a flea market and a garage sale this weekend. Plus I had trade, so it's funny because I'm trying to break down these videos, but like I just added even more games that I have to show you as well. So I'm gonna split that video up into like 2 parts as well. It's crazy, but I definitely have plenty of games to show you guys, stuff like that. And next week is pretty much up in the air. I'm supposed to be getting this, it's pretty much going to be composite to HDMI converter. And, that's why I pretty much spend my money on instead of going to buy The Last of Us Remaster. I haven't bought that yet, so I might do that next week. I don't know if I'm going to get that yet. But, I spend money on, a composite to HDMI converter. This way I could show you some footage of retro games, because I don't know if you guys saw the video last week. I talked about how I'm going to start doing like on Twitch. I'm gonna select one console and let you guys choose which games I'm gonna play, because there's a lot of retro games I need to catch up on and stuff like that. So you guys are gonna decide for me, and if you don't decide, I'm just gonna pick a whole bunch of games, and for that day I'm only gonna stick with that console, but I'm gonna play a whole bunch of games on that console. So so you guys are going to be the ones choosing it, and I'll be playing retro games and showing you guys that as well. So in case you guys are wondering, oh, how's this old school game? I'll be playing that. Even if it's like a rarer game that I have some rare games, I'll put that on the list. If you guys want to see what that looks like, I have like Lil Samson and stuff like that. So if you want to see what that looks like, I'll play stuff like that, even though a lot of people don't like playing games that are worth a lot of money. I don't really care. I'll put it, in the console and I'll play it. But that's pretty much it. So that's what to expect next week. Hopefully that arrives in the beginning of the week so I can, plan this video out and do like practice with the live streaming with a retro console. I've not done that yet. And I don't want to use a Retron 3, which I do have a Retron 3, and I'm supposed to be getting a Retron 5, but I don't think I want to use that to live stream because the ROMs are, wacky sometimes. I want to play the actual console with the actual game, because then I don't have to worry about it being like all wacky and stuff like that. But yeah, so let's talk about the topic for today. And my topic is, what do you guys think about the brand new story of GameStop? Now, when I talk about that, I'm talking about GameStop taking people's fingerprints. Now, I heard, a lot of people's different opinions. They're furious with this, they're upset with this. Like, I think it's not right, I think that it's wrong what GameStop's doing, but at the same time, I think that in reality, government gets fingerprints from everywhere. Like, they literally do not need your permission anymore. So if you think your rights are, this is against your rights, it is against your rights, but guess what? Like, a lot of things the government does is against our rights, and it's going to continue to happen, and you could fight this, but, what's the difference between the bank? Because a lot of people, if you don't have an account with a bank, right, and wherever you got the check from, if it says, like, for example, if it says Chase or Bank of America, or I'll give an example. I have a Chase account, right? But if I got a check where I get paid from, it says Bank of America. So I technically could go to Bank of America and cash that check even though I don't have an account there. But when I go to Bank of America and cash a check, you would have to give a fingerprint. And they'll take your picture and give a fingerprint every time you go there. So where do you think that fingerprint goes to? You know, like, this is not the only thing. The reason why they do that is because you're dealing with money. You're dealing with money from a source that they're not too sure who you are. This is their way of proving who you are every time. In case something happens, that's their way of proving who you are. So GameStop is doing the same thing. They're also do not know who you are. You could show ID all you want. People make fake IDs all the time, and they don't know who you are. So that's their way of verifying. Not that it's right, but that's what they're saying. That's what they're claiming. They could use that to verify you. And in case, they turn into Prince of Police, if in case of anything, then there you go. If you don't steal anything, you have nothing to worry about. That's what they said. Now, obviously, it's not right that a video game company, a company that's selling video games is doing this, but other people do the same thing. And to be honest with you, I have a friend that they're recovering from, they were taking like drugs and stuff like that a long time ago. And I was talking to him about this, and he said that he pretty much said that back in the day when he was like, taking drugs, stuff like that, he used to steal games. And he knows other people that did the same thing. They used to steal games from GameStop and then try to trade in the same games they stole back to GameStop to get money. So this is, or they'll take it and they sell it on their own. But sometimes they'll trade in the same games that they stole back to GameStop. And this is what they did. A lot of people do stuff like this. So these games come out from nowhere. No one knows where the games come from. So in one sense, you understand like why they're doing it, but is it breaking the rights? Absolutely. I think that it is against your rights, but at the same time, this is not the first time this has happened, and I guarantee more things like this. If you don't have proof who the person is and they're handing you stuff, you have to do it. Like, I know some what was it? Like, I didn't want to go to this one pawn shop. Like, I went to go trade something in a pawn shop, right? This one pawn shop asked me for my fingerprint, and I said no. So I went to another one that didn't and just asked for ID. But some places do that. Why do they do it? For the same exact reason. They don't know who you are. They can't verify. So in case it comes back to something stolen or something's not yours, they could track you down. That's why they do it. I'm not really here to say that that's right. I'm just saying that that's what they're looking at and that's why they're doing it. So to be honest with you, in the end, it doesn't matter because honestly, if you do something wrong anyway, more than likely the government's going to be able to track you down. They're going to get access to your medical records, stuff that, people say you're not allowed to get access to. They'll get access to your medical records. They'll get access to your fingerprints, whether you like it or not. So to be honest, for people that get so upset at GameStop, like they're doing... I mean, I'm not super upset with it. I'm not fazed by it. I really don't care, to be honest with you, because the way I feel about this whole subject is if the government wants your information, they're going to get it anyway. It's just the way it is. So we have no control over that. And you could protest against GameStop, but other people could do the same thing. Like, other people do it already. Like I said, banks do it all the time. So this is not the first time. Like, if you think that the government has your fingerprints by now, like, you gotta think long and hard to remember when's the last time you gave a fingerprint or something to the government. More than likely, they have your fingerprint already. Just saying. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think about this whole subject. Do you think it's wrong what GameStop did? Or do you understand why GameStop's doing what they do? And are you that worried about it? Because some people don't even care if they give out the fingerprint because they don't do anything wrong. But... yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is Hector from Not Too Nerdy. And if you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, then screw you. No, I'm just kidding. If you dislike it, then, hit that dislike button too, I guess. But more importantly, tell me why you dislike in the comments down below. So this is Hector from Not Too Nerdy. I'm out. See you, YouTube. And I forgot to press the button. Damn it.